Alright mates, how's it going? In today's video, episode 19 of Beyond the Dark Portal by Aaron Rosenberg and Christie Golden. Prepare yourselves for what could possibly end up being the stupidest voice I've ever done. Let's go!
We have them! Now all we have to do is go in and get them. Yes, but not now.
One of Illyria's rangers, named Talthressar, had somehow assumed the role of Danath's advisor during their pursuit of the Horde. He was an aloof bloke, but often right about things.
We need to wait until morning. By morning they'll have dug in. If we attack now, we can take them before they've had a chance to settle and build defences. Look around you, sir. You may be ready to fight, but your men are not. It's growing dark, and they're weary. Would you have them stumbling about underground, blind to danger and too tired to defend themselves? They killed Kurdran.
The news of Kurdran's fall that the Wildhammers had brought back with them had not exactly boosted morale. The soldiers were already exhausted from the brutal pace that Danath had set them. And then a bunch of dwarves came back crying their eyes out, saying Kurdran had died, which put everyone in a really bad mood.
I know, and you will not honour its spirit if you take men too exhausted to fight to avenge him. They will simply join him in death.
Danath growled, but he knew Talthressar was right. He was always right. Classic Talthressar.
One night. We'll camp one night, rest, and attack at first light. A wise choice.
A few hours later, when it was dawn and stuff, Danath woke up to a bit of a surprise. The soldiers appeared to be building some kind of structure.
What's all this about? We're only here one night.
Aye, sir, but some of the men thought this would be a good place for a fort. Didn't see no harm in it. Talthressar then approached.
In light of the sacrifice of our dwarven friends, I thought it would be a good gesture. We are, after all, an alliance. How better to symbolise that than to start a stronghold together?
Danath stared at Talthressar in disbelief.
You're the one who pointed out how bloody tired my men were. And instead of resting, you've got them building a fort. It's fine. Many hands make light work. See the results for yourself.
Talthressar then pointed, and sure enough, humans, dwarves, and elves were all stood together. They still looked tired, but they were happy, smiling. I guess all shounen anime is correct. Success really does come from hard work and the power of friendship.
Your men were right. Not only does it have strategic value, but this is the only place we've seen thus far on this planet that was not red and lifeless. This forest is still very much alive. If we somehow return to these woods and complete what we began here today, we shall name it the Illyrian Stronghold. It is fitting. The Orcs destroyed much of Talthressar, so in return we will build. Claim this one green region left upon their forsaken world. And if not, these foundations will stand as a reminder to them anyway. Nice speech. But, let's get those Orcs first, eh?
One of the soldiers then pressed some food upon Danath, so he found a quiet place to go and eat it. And then he went ahead and fell asleep again for some reason, even though he was the one who wanted to get this attack started. But a strange, eerie squawking sound soon stirred him awake, so he leapt to his feet and went to investigate. And he soon came across what looked like a pile of elves on top of something making an awful screeching sound.
Step back!
The elves reluctantly rose, but maintained their firm grip on the thing, and it was one of the strangest things Danath had ever seen. It was a humanoid creature, had arms, legs, a face, but not the face of a man. The face of a bird.
What manner of creature are you? And what are you doing skulking about our camp? You're wasting your breath. He can't understand our language.
But Critic, yes, he does. But no harm he means.
Danath blinked at the creature.
Wait. Say that again.
Critic, no harm he means. No. Only want to know who you be. Why you come?
Danath then glanced at Talthressar, who just kind of shrugged.
Your name is Grizik, is it? Okay. Answer our questions and maybe we'll answer yours. What are you?
Grizik is Arakoa. Old race. Oldest Mablian world. Grizik curious. No harm.
So you keep saying. But why are you spying on us? How do you know our language?
Arakoa clever. Smart. Grizik follow you. Listen close. Learn fast. Think you strange. Curious.
Are Arakoa friends of the Horde? Or their enemies?
That produced a particularly big reaction from the birdman. His feathers went all puffy and shit.
Fear and hate them. Not bad once. I have seen, but now.
At this point, Danath realised this Arakoa bloke didn't pose any real threat, so he nodded to the elves that were still holding him.
Give him water. Tend his wounds.
And then, Danath turned his focus back to Grizik.
What do you mean, not bad once? Explain.
Arakoa ancient people. We stay to self, but we watch peaceful Draenei. We watch primitive orcs. But who could know? Madness comes to Orcs. What? We know not.
Grizzic then shivered.
Orcs and the Draenei not friends, but they not hate. Respect.
All right, slow down. Orcs and Draenei. Draenei is in Draenor.
Draenei is name they call worlds, yes. They proud of self. They name whole worlds for self. They strong. Before.
You said there was a madness. The Orcs turned on these Draenei?
Yes. Once. Many Draenei. They use bright light. Live here long time. They think self strong and good. No one stopped Draenei. No. But Orcs. Gone. Only few left now. Now once proud Draenei hide away.
So the Orcs wiped out an entire civilization.
Danath then turned to Talthressar.
Sounds like the Horde did a practice run before coming to Azeroth. Indeed it does. Except Azeroth did not fall to them as Draenor has. We were stronger. Luckier, more like. A whole civilization of peaceful people. What a damn shame.
And back to Grizzic again.
Keep talking. You said the Draenei were peaceful but also powerful. And the Orcs were primitive. So how were they able to wipe out these Draenei?
The Orcs come together. No longer separate.
They do have different clans. Sounds as if they were not always a unified, directed horde.
Longears gets it. Orc united. They grow strong. Cruel. Skin turned from this.
Grizzic pointed at a brown thing.
To this.
Grizzic pointed at a green thing.
Their skin turned colour. From brown to green.
Yes. Then green Orc attack and slay Draenei. Arakoa say, we are next. So we fucked off.
Grizzic looked sad for a moment, but then pointed at the massive ruins through the trees and continued.
Auchindoun. Draenei dead sleep there. It is holy. Most below ground. Winding. All dead now.
A thought then occurred to Danath.
Have you been there? To Auchindoun? To these winding tunnels?
I have been down many times. But why you wish to go there?
I am Danath Trollbane of the Alliance. We pursued the Orcish horde here from our own world, and I intend to see them all dead and their threat destroyed. They're hiding in those tunnels, and I could use your help to find them.
Talthressar shot a disapproving look towards Danath, but the bold ginger leader didn't give a shit. Grizzic seemed harmless enough. He obviously hated the horde. If he could save them from getting lost in a maze that also happened to be a bloody mausoleum, Danath was all for it.
I know a way in. Way that even Orcs who live there do not know. I know where they live, and which passage new Orcs will pick.
That's incredibly useful information.
It was at this point that Grizzic caught sight of a griffin perched nearby, and he got very excited about it and rushed over to stroke the thing.
Magnificent!
Here now. What do you think you're doing? Easy, Fergan. They're called griffins, Grizzic. They're from our world. Each griffin has a rider. A Wildhammer dwarf like Fergan here.
This one grieves.
That's Skyri. Cerdran's mount. Skyri's rider, Cerdran, was the leader of the Wildhammers. He, fell in battle today.
Ah, prisoner. I see him.
Beg your pardon?
The Orcs bring captives with them into Auchindoun. Look like that one. Red fur on chin, blue marks on skin. Very loud.
Bloody hell. Cerdran was alive. 'Twas Danath's turn to get really excited now.
We need to rescue him. The dwarf knew the risks. The mission must come before personal attachments. Cerdran is one of Turalian's most trusted lieutenants. The fact that he's even alive means the Horde realizes he knows things. Things they'd find very valuable, if they can crack him. We need to get him out of there before that happens. And this Arakoa can take us to him. Grizzic, it is no doubt dangerous for you to help us. So why do you do so?
You oppose Horde. I hate them for what they do to Arakoa. The world.
Alright then, let's do it.
Sometime later, Grizzic had sketched out a basic map of Auchindoun and its various tunnels, whilst Danath had formulated a plan of sorts. And now, the Birdman was leading them down a long dark tunnel.
Here, behind this, stairs, lead us down into Auchindoun proper. But beware, Draenei revere their dead. Not like intrusion.